GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek: The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the GNT show, our continuing mission to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Welcome to the GNT show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, and big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me. Admiral Shaw.
She's badass. It's Ceridian.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the GNT show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for Coffee Clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's going to be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
When we decided we were going to do the GNT show, one of the things we said was no standards. GNT show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
You've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the GNT show is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
This is Terry having a series of small strokes, actually.
Well, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate, does it?
Straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I GNT.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 187. I'm Terry Lynn.
Jolan True, there she is to my left, right. Look at her wearing her returning Victor wear. It's Terry Lynn.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. And there he is, my left, my right, your left. Sorry, it's early, I'm shooting vodka. But if you'll notice, he's way off in the distance this time because of some changes. Ceridian.
Kapla.
And directly across the table from us, there he is in a hermetically sealed case so we don't have to hear him. It's Midnight Shadow.
Hello.
Well played. Well, Terry's back.
I'm back. I'm back.
I have to tell you, Terry, Kush is here.
Cushy.
Two things came out this week. Well, three things, but two about New Mexico.
Okay.
Of the 50 states in the Union, did you know New Mexico ranks number 7 in the least amount of time you have to work before you start paying for yourself instead of paying the government in taxes?
I believe it.
Connecticut number 50. Yay! My home state. Maryland number 45. Yay! Yes, Louisiana was number 1, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want. I don't think I could.
No, I know.
I don't think I could do with Louisiana law. Yeah,
which was really cool. And then in there was like this this map that was done showing like the most geek friendly areas of the country. And the Southwest is like New Mexico, Utah, Colorado. Boy, they were totally in the highest geek quotient.
That does not surprise me in the least, and I think a lot of it's just because of what makes up our population. You know as well as I do. I mean, yes, New Mexico is size-wise, geographically, it's a huge state. I mean, it's the 5th largest state in the Union by size. I mean, it's just big. So,
can you guess what the number 1 geek state was?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Utah.
It was Utah.
It that totally doesn't surprise me.
But then I thought about who we know, like just from the convention from Utah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, wow, okay, starting to make sense. And then here's something really funny.
And Salt Lake City Comic Con is amazing.
Huge. But evidently, like, they have some of the best comic book stores in the country.
Yeah.
But you know what's really funny is, so stupid. I know where Utah is. Okay, Geography is one of my strong points.
Okay. Yay.
But somehow I forgot it was one of the 4 corners.
Yeah, I can see that though. I mean,
I think of it as being higher up.
See, when I have that same trouble with Wyoming, I keep putting Wyoming much further to the east. I kind of swap Wyoming and Colorado, even though Colorado borders my
right
state.
Above you.
Yeah. I keep thinking,
Yeah, I
if we
always
just
put Utah up higher, like by Canada.
and I always put Wyoming like where fucking Nebraska is. It's just weird. Mentally,
You know what I
can't
think did it
grasp
to me for Utah?
Huh.
You know what I think did it to me for Utah was having the Winter Olympics there.
Oh, yeah.
If that makes any sense. I always
It
think
does.
of it as higher, like closer to Canada because the Winter Olympics are there. It's really kind of more in the center of the country, just west.
Well, Michael flew into New Mexico yesterday. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your flight, Mikey?
And boy, are my arms tired. No, I'm just
Oh, look at the ribs. Good morning, ladies and germs. This guy's a mess. He said germs.
It was an interesting ride. My day began yesterday at 5 and got to the
5
airport.
p.m. That's a good day.
No.
Then I got to the airport, a couple hours early, did the whole check-in thing, found my gate, only got molested by TSA 3 times that day.
I'm so jealous. I haven't been molested in so long.
Then when it was time to start boarding the plane, the plane arrived, the people started offloading, and they were going through and doing their checks when they discovered something wrong with the plane.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so they decided that we were not going to be flying out on that particular airplane.
Now, do you want to diverge the airline that this was?
Oh, yeah. It's Southwest.
Okay.
Well, they were better being safe than sorry.
Yes. So they couldn't give us an idea of when we would actually be flying out. The next flight to Albuquerque was at 1:00, and so there was a chance that we were going to end up on that one. But the funny thing is, it was the same airplane.
Oh, they just found a way to fix it.
Yeah, they think they could have had it fixed by 1:00, and it was like, okay, well. Then they decided to kick everyone off the plane set for Burbank, and by noon we were all aboard that one and on our way to Albuquerque. So
okay,
wow, what an adventure!
That's trippy.
To be fair, it was people going to Burbank. Could we?
Yeah,
that's what the airline said.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you made it in. I know it was kind of a crazy, hairy day, but to be honest with you, I'm surprised they handled it so quickly. Because sometimes like that, you always end up like 4 or 5 hours later if you're lucky to get another plane.
And the flight was actually full. I don't think there was an empty seat in the whole thing.
That's
it's a popular
why.
town. Yeah, I bet you the Burbank flight was not full.
Exactly, which is a lot easier to dump off 80 people and refill with 160, right?
True.
So.
And
I was seated next to a gentleman with amazing green eyes. I'm straight, but damn, I just wanted to stare into his eyes.
No. Hold on, Mike. Did you stare lovingly into them?
I wanted to, but I didn't want to creep out the dude. I mean, I was going to be sitting next to him for like 2 hours, but I was like, wow.
Were they like Gowron eyes?
Were they
What?
I said, were they like Gowron eyes?
No, no, they were not crazy eyes, but they were like a shade of green that was just like mesmerizing.
Were they contacts?
I don't think so. And the flight attendant, it was her birthday. Hi, Jen. And she, well, she was definitely cute. But she's a geek in her own right. She knows baseball inside out. It was like watching one of us talk about Star Trek. It was just totally amazing. So
that's awesome.
You fell in love, didn't you? Did she have beautiful green eyes?
No, she had nice brown eyes though.
Mike got his brown-eyed girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, enough about me.
Steve, how have you been?
No.
I've not been too bad, thank you.
Not too bad?
Yeah.
Busy as always, I know.
Yeah, when aren't I?
How many different projects are you working on now?
I don't think I've got enough fingers and toes. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't think you do either. Well, thank you very much for helping us in backing up our recording this week because of the traveling Mr. Mike. Next week it shouldn't be so bad. He'll be able to plug in here in the office. It'll be a little bit quieter. He has been relegated to the living room where my doggies are.
Banished.
Where you're hearing the Chloe kind of do her little whining.
And actually it's Casey that's doing the whining.
Oh, he wants his toy. He wants.
Oh, of course he wants me to play with him.
Listen to him. Oh my God, what a big baby.
So
yes.
So fucking Daredevil.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing people telling.
Fucking God.
I'm hearing people telling me already, Terry. You may not want to watch this. I'm like, really?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Shit.
Terry, no, it is not fucking The Walking Dead or anything like that. But
is it worse than Gotham?
Yes. In my opinion,
it's dark. There's a real cool horror film vibe to it. Just the tension level is really high, and some of the action is pretty fucking brutal. It's like, this is not the Avengers. Let me just say that.
Right. Which it shouldn't be, because totally Daredevil was like that in the comics, right?
Yeah, this is the Dark Knight taken to the next level.
Wow. Oh, then I can't watch it.
I mean, would you agree, Mike?
Dark Knight's taken to the next level. I suppose.
In the violence thing, not violence, but just moments of.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with the eye, that was just like, ooh, no.
But it wasn't his eye, it was above the eye. Terry, there's the map I was talking about.
Huh. Cool. All right. So.
But it's so good. It's so good. At this point, seriously, Marvel could tell me they're going to make a series about a hamster that fights crime and is in a traveling punk polka band, and I'm thinking it's gonna fucking rock.
Oh my God, that totally would rock.
I know.
That really would.
But I'm just saying it. And oh, by the way, Vincent D'Onofrio, he is so amazing in this series.
Don't tell me he's playing a villain.
He's Kingpin.
Yeah, he'd be great at it. I love him. He's an amazing actor.
Let me just say this: there are more levels to Kingpin. Remember the thing? The villain has to believe what he's doing is right.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cushy. So Terry won't be watching. I can live vicariously through you. You just tell me what happens and I'll be cool.
Yeah, because from what I understand, because you've got Daredevil and then they're going to have Luke Cage and the Iron Fist, two separate series, which of course are also Heroes for Hire. And then the Jennifer Jones. And then this is all going to come together with the Defenders.
Okay.
But what's interesting is what's happening in these series will play a role in the other Marvel Cinematic stuff that's coming out.
Which would definitely play into the Civil War, would it not?
Yes.
Wow.
Because, oh, God, do I want to see Daredevil go up against Captain America the way they're portrayed right now?
Wow.
And the cast in this is amazing. The guy that plays Matt Murdock is, we're everybody's raving about everything but the lead guy, and he is so good.
That's funny.
The secretary, she was one of the girls from True Blood.
True Blood.
Yeah.
Yes. Hence my tweet.
I didn't see your tweet.
Karen Page equals new crush.
Oh.
And once again, he unlaminates the laminated list.
Oh, you know it. I had to unlaminate it to put Emma Stone back on.
Oh, good for you. I'm pleased.
After seeing her do a lip sync battle with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh God! Did you see the one of what's her face doing Wrecking Ball?
Oh, on the lip sync challenge show.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Come on.
That show is hilarious.
I bet it is.
They get the biggest stars to make total jackasses of themselves.
You know what though? That just shows how fun they are. Anne Hathaway doing
or The Rock doing Shake It Off.
I didn't see that one yet, but I will because I'm hearing everybody talking about how great it was.
But he But the thing about Jimmy Fallon is Jimmy Fallon. I think he creates an even more feeling of just comfort for the people on.
Well, the way that
show.
Johnny Carson used to, the same exact
I would say
way.
More than Johnny Carson, even.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if people don't like Jimmy Fallon, then I just don't understand them.
The Jimmy Fallon plays the heel, right? He's the straight guy. He allows everybody else that freedom of creativity to show themselves for being the performers that they really are. The one thing that the American public forgets is I actually reposted this morning, Mike and I watched it, is this adorable Sesame Street video with Zach.
Galifianakis?
No. Huh?
Was it Zach Levy?
Yeah, Zach Levi from Chuck.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And he sings in this video, and his voice is fucking amazing. And it's one of those things that because you watch Chuck, you never really understood that this is a well-rounded actor performer, that he can sing, he can dance and act, that most performers have more than one talent. And I think that's the beauty of what he brings to the Tonight Show, is he allows those creative types to be able to show the audience more than just what they're known for.
I was watching the other day, I was, on YouTube, and it started out looking for one thing, and the next thing you know, but Adam Levine from Maroon 5.
Yes.
It was Wheel of Musical Impressions. So he had Frank Sinatra singing something really silly, but it was Eddie Vedder singing The Muffin Man.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. Do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, my God. I was dying. And he had Bob Dylan, Jimmy Fallon as Bob Dylan. I forget what it was, but I was just, I almost, there was pee. I peed.
That's what I like about it. I laugh about that. I love that.
See,
I
he
love
makes
seeing
himself a
all
bigger
sides.
ass than he'll have any of them be. That's what makes him lovable.
That's what makes him lovable, but also a really great talk show host. And remember how I told you that I used to hate, Jay Leno? Because Jay Leno did the exact opposite. He came off like a pompous ass, and all he did was make fun of other people. He was a bully.
I think one of the keys to Jimmy Fallon's success, too, is he's a pop culture student, which you kind of have to be nowadays.
You have to be. And even Johnny Carson was when he was doing the show.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson was a master of popular culture. He knew it all. He knew the science. He brought on The Amazing Randy, right? He brought on the bird callers.
I love that guy.
He brought in not just the actors and the stuff like that, but he also did the skits that made him look like a buffoon. Mm-hmm. But they were awesome.
At the slosh and cut off, get off and cut off your slossin.
The cut off slossin. That used to crack my mother up all the time. We would get off the freeway at Slauson, and she'd go, "We're taking the Slauson cut off."
And then there was the fork in the road.
And the fork in the road. That's right. Oh my God, too funny.
But that's what, like, when David Letterman was doing the late night with David Letterman back, after Johnny Carson, he was a student of pop culture. I think when he moved to go against Jay, he lost that.
Oh, David Letterman?
Yeah.
To a degree. He became
the cranky old man.
Well, and he also became the subculture. He was more about subculture than he was about the popular culture. David was never
David Letterman.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have never seen Emo Phillips.
Exactly. We would never have seen Emo Phillips, and we would never have seen a Velcro suit. I'm sorry, but I still pee when I laugh about that.
And the monkey cam.
Oh my God.
God, David Letterman, like 82 to 88, was subversive in the best way.
That's some funny shit.
So I'm looking at a photo. Somebody explain this to me. Bill Murray at Elvis's funeral. That's wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
More of a reason to fucking just build a temple to Bill Murray. God.
Oh, well, shall we start with some Star Trek news?
If we must.
Star Trek news.
Well, I mean, considering I'm sure that everything went out the window when I was gone. I was getting reports, by the way.
Actually, Michael did his damnedest to keep us on track. Last week, the problem, I'm not going to mention any names. Him was outstanding. Shell was outstanding. I'm not going to mention any names. Marv, who kept us coming off track. Marv. I'm just saying.
Mike, is this true? He's not.
I did my best.
No, he really did. Mike was awesome.
All I know is I got a tweet that said, "When are you coming back?"
But Club 602 was there.
Yes, we love them. And thank you guys for helping cover while I was gone. I'm sure that you will be asked to return when I leave again.
Holy fuck, Graham.
What did he do?
He posted a comic book cover of the Avengers on Late Night with David Letterman.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
Look at Hawkeye. Oh, look at T'Challa. There's T'Challa.
Very cool.
Wow, that's when Wonder Man. Wow.
That's really cool.
I always hated Wonder Man.
Anthony, I'm still jealous that
I was cordial.
I'm still jealous.
I can hear him
jealous
saying
over
that.
something very different, though.
What?
Well, it's he and I both have the same business associate. There's a vendor that works with both of us. And so I got to hug her last week, and then she goes up to Northern California and gets to hug him. And I said, it's kind of weird that you got to hug somebody I've never met in person, but totally want to hug. And he gives good hugs too. I'm like, fuck, Marissa.
He does.
Yeah, your hugs. That's right.
Just saying.
Just saying. All right. Let's get to some Star Trek news. Did you guys get to talk a little bit about the official trailer for Star Trek Renegades?
As a matter of fact, was it Steve that had information on that? Wasn't it Steve? No, who had the information on that?
Oh, he had the information on what?
Somebody did.
How about the
Are the others paying
trailer?
attention?
They're off to first. Well, you know how we are.
Sorry, I'm distracted by my mic. It fell on the floor.
Your little mic?
I'm just trying to get,
Ow. See, now you'll impress the ladies. His mic fell on the floor.
His little mic fell on the floor.
There's the title for this week. Little Mike's on the floor.
It ain't little.
Exactly. Oh my God, too funny.
Yeah, that chick that's starring in Renegade, hot.
Mm-hmm. Romulan.
Of course.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
You're not a fan, are you?
I keep trying. I really do keep trying. I just think that it's as much as it is. Go ahead, Mike.
I didn't like the.
My dogs apparently agree with me.
The dogs found a little Mike.
There's a disparity in it.
Oh, that's bunny season, guys. I'm sorry.
There's a disparity. The quality on like the ground scenes are completely different than the quality in the space special effects scenes, and it for me it just pulls me out of it.
Okay,
but you have to remember, Mike, it's a fan production.
Well, kind of. It
but
is
you know what I mean.
Well-funded.
It's almost professionally produced.
Right.
It really is.
It is a fan production, but it's still, they're going for professional quality on the whole thing, and I have to say, the grounds, the scenes aboard the ship is just I hate to say it, but I'm disappointed.
Do you think Axanar looks more professional?
Yes. With Axanar, there's a consistency throughout, whereas with this. For me, the scenes that take place on the ship are just way too dark. However, I will say that the scenes that they shot after the fact, the ones with the daughter and the mother, those are wonderful. Too bad they didn't shoot the whole thing that way.
That's Harry. Go ahead, Mike.
But I was distracted by how dark and how just the quality just seemed grainier, grittier, and granted that could just be what they're trying to portray, but it just seemed like so vastly different compared to how clean and sharp the special effects and even that one scene that I referenced with the daughter and the mother, how sharp those look.
Cool.
Terry, I do have a selling point for you.
Yeah.
It's not teal and orange.
Well, that is very true. That is very true. And I guess it's just because maybe I'm trying not to be too persuaded by my initial instincts on the story, right? Part of my hesitancy about the show was when I kind of was reading about the story, and I thought, well, yeah, that's got potential. And you know me, I'm not afraid of a darker Star Trek. I'm really not. I'm one of those few people who think that DS9 didn't go far enough, and I don't mind showing impactful, emotional, scenes, especially, like I said, what Star Trek is missing from time to time is the blood. I admit that. But it didn't have to be physically dark to have it happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's kind of that's what's bothering me about Renegades.
Goodfellas is like a movie, but it's not filmed dark.
Exactly. I mean, you can have dark characters and have it be a bright, sunny damn day. You can film darkness without physical darkness in the room. And that's kind of what bothers me about this, is just because I'm like, it's so dark and not story. It's not the darkness of the story that's bothering me. It's the actual physical darkness of the film that I kind of went, oh, it's such a downer. It's such a downer. But I'm happy that they're actually starting to move forward with some things, because this is a production that's been on our radar for what, 2.5 years now?
6 years?
Yeah,
at least
too long.
Way too long. And with multiple Kickstarters or multiple FundMes, that, it caused a kerfuffle. There's no doubt about it. So I'm glad to see that things are moving forward and that, they have a great cast. And I think the stories.
I think that might be part of it too, is you've got a lot of very, very busy people involved in this.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Very, very much so. So bye, Bazzy. So yeah,
Baz was still here?
Yeah, he's gonna go to bed now, because I think it's late where he is now.
Yeah, it's like what, 10 p.m. Wednesday?
Sounds like a Wednesday. It's 4:00 in the morning on Friday.
Back to the future.
Your kids, Marty.
All right, we do have some rumors that we finally get to talk about with Star Trek 13.
Who is that chick?
She's from Kingsman, and she's a dancer. She's been a dancer for a long time, but she's from Kingsman, and she's utterly adorable. And Even Money is on Romulan.
Why
Even Money is that she's playing Romulan. I don't know. She's getting a lead character because she's fucking beautiful and she looked cool in her Romulan ears. Come on.
Of course, I could be biased, but I can see ridges on her. Rawr.
They won't, they won't do ridges because, they do the tattoos and JJ verse.
No, the Klingons had ridges.
I was referring to Klingon.
Oh, I'm sorry. She could do Klingon. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I can see Klingon ridges.
Hide that face under. See.
Yes.
Stop it. Was Mara's face hidden under ridges? No, and Mara was the most beautiful Klingon ever.
So she has a role, that's for sure.
Sunsail said she's going to be Bolian. And Anthony says he could totally see her making him a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, Anthony.
Terry's giving you the look.
Yeah, you're getting the stink eye from me, but that's okay. I don't know. She'd make a cool Betazoid.
How about just human?
Yeah, that'd be good too. She's another love interest for Kirk.
She's the ship's dancer.
She's the ship's dancer. You mean the Crusher? She's Crusher?
Wow, I don't know what Mike just did, but I could hear them through your mic.
Be very, very quiet. We hunting rabbits.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have these 4 big windows where Mike is sitting in my living room, and my dogs.
Those are the windows of look, it's a squirrel fame.
Yeah.
Or it's a rabbit.
Ooh, it's a bunny.
It's a bunny.
Mike, you were probably sitting in the same chair now that I was sitting in then.
Probably. Right. You're probably right. Well, it is spring in New Mexico, so the little critters are we have lots of bunnies and quail and birds and little things for the dogs to look at and bark at.
And it's good because they very rarely bark.
Well, I forgot. I was remiss for not actually stating this actress's name, so I apologize. It's Sofia Boutella or Boutella. Don't know how she pronounces her last name. She's beautiful.
She's Italian, so she rocks.
They're once again going to the UK for their casting, which is cool. What else is new? Okay, did you guys see that Apple added an emoji? Live long and prosper emoji. Isn't it cute? It's so cute.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool. I have not seen it.
You have to unlock it, apparently. It says here, approved last autumn, the emoji can be used by iOS 8.3 and OX 10.10.10.3. It's not on the character sheet. iPhone users can begin using the emoji now by copying the emoji, pasting it into the phrase section, and then creating a shortcut. Get the emoji and the instructions. You can click right there on the Trek News Today link that's there that we put in there.
Yes, seems like a lot of work for an emoji.
It does for a little emoji. I know.
Yes,
but it is Algerian. An awesome emoji.
But the Romans used to rule that area, so they're all Italian.
He's still. Oh, is he arguing with somebody in the chat room?
No, he's saying she's Algerian.
Oh, I don't know. I guess she is.
You know who they need to have in this movie? Captain Robau.
Oh, he's dead though.
Oh, because time travel would be so out of the question.
Well, I don't really want another time travel thing.
The son of just happens to look the spitting image.
Oh my God, that would be the best.
Harry would like it. And here he is. He gets another role. And what is it? It's another fucking villain. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're fun. They're fun to play.
That is true.
That's what I'm not really enjoying is the idea of people of color being villains. Bryan Cranston, I would totally love to see as a villain. I'm just saying.
I know.
But he's played that a lot
have him
too.
be a good guy, and
wouldn't that be typecasting for him at this point? I mean, he played a sexually deviant dentist in Seinfeld, a meth dealer. How about Bryan Cranston in a romantic comedy?
That'd be cool.
That would definitely be cool. But I really wouldn't mind seeing him in a Star Trek role. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we do have to mention that. Alan brought in an article that I have to. He's so good to us. Alan is so good to this show.
He hasn't brought me my coffee yet.
Because he was bringing me the EW magazine. All right. Now, good news, especially for us local New Mexicans, is it looks like Brent Spiner is going to be resurrecting his role from Independence Day in Independence Day 2. And everybody's like, didn't he die? I'm thinking...
Yeah, I thought he had his mind melted or something.
Well, the fact is they kind of threw his body to one side and he was unconscious, but they never really said what happened to him. They never really said he was dead. So part of me says that he was just beaten to hell. Or, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's great. I'm glad they're bringing him back. And I'm actually very glad because Independence Day 2 just started pre-production and they're huge casting calls here in New Mexico for filming.
Yes, I know somebody that has applied for it, but I'm not going to say anything. Mm-hmm. But I hope this person gets it.
Cool. Because they need a lot of extras. They need a whole bunch of stuff, but they're filming here in New Mexico, which is great. Do we know who's directing Independence Day 2 yet?
I don't think it's Roland Emmerich.
Be interesting. But I'm glad they're doing it too. It'll be fun, you know? So another interesting article came out that Mike and I started discussing this one. It is? Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Liam Hemsworth is in it.
Cool.
Charlotte Gainsbourg, Jeff Goldblum, Vivica A. Fox, Bill Pullman. That's what they have so far.
Very cool.
Will Smith.
There's a name missing from there. No.
Will Smith. I think he turned it down.
Interesting.
Although there was an idea that they were going to go forward. What?
Jesse Usher will play Will Smith's character's stepson in the sequel, while Liam Hemsworth will play Bill Pullman's character's son-in-law.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So it's like Independence Day, the next generation.
Yeah.
Everybody's uncle's cousin's sister's brother.
Is in it. It'll work. I think it'll work. Again, it's fluff. It's fluff. There was a very interesting article that came out in the Hollywood Reporter last week. I don't know if you guys picked up on it before the show. I don't think you did. But Graham McMillan, who's one of the more prolific journalists over at the Hollywood Reporter, wrote an opinion piece, which I thought was very interesting. And it's called, "When Will Star Trek Get a Cinematic Universe?" Isn't that interesting? But he kind of disses CBS for failing to get with it. He says Star Trek offers a couple of things that Marvel, DC, Transformers, and Ghostbusters universes don't. Firstly, a setting that can be entirely bypass the world as we know it, thanks to the 23rd century space basis. And secondly, and arguably more important, a more optimistic tone, unlike the constant panic and struggle for survival of almost every other genre universe out there. Star Trek has the fictional history, the depth, and the real world experience, for want of a better way to put it, that make it uniquely prepared to transition into the brave new world of cinematic universes. Ultimately, the real question is, what's stopping Paramount from pursuing the chance to take advantage of a perfectly primed property? Isn't that interesting?
The fact that they fucking signed right of first refusal to
Bad Robot. And then, is CBS ever going to do anything where they don't fuck it up? Seriously.
With Star Trek, I mean, there's so many different ways that they can go with it. I mean, obviously, the obvious thing is to go with TOS, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and then even, but there's also, you can also like pick a timeline, and then explore everything else that's going on around it, like NCIS or, kind of like, what was that political show? I can't think of it. West Wing. Do something, in that kind of style. Or, I mean,
we talked about it before.
The entire crew of the Enterprise have to be on aboard ship every movie. Why can't Spock go on an adventure with Uhura?
Or why can't we have a television show that does the episodic thing of the ship, but say Netflix pick up the Starfleet Medical, or the films, or the film, even better, the films pick up where the ship is, but the television series pick up the more unique affectations. What happens to the ship alters what happens to the television shows, which is exactly what Marvel is doing with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatever new spinoff they're working on.
I'd like to see the Star Trek universe do a series that very rarely do we see the bridge crew. That's what I mean. Is more about the crew, like the episode Lower Decks.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because, where we get to see the crew of the ship in their jobs when everything's going on. Maybe every now and then the captain comes through, on a,
one of the officers, comes into contact with one of the characters or whatever.
Yeah, looking for information or something like this. But,
the
like
story
Turek
is told through their eyes rather
than...
That'd be fucking awesome. Wouldn't it? I mean, can you imagine how cool it would be just to have like the other side of it where you see, your first officer walking through or God, can you just the episode? I already wrote the episode in
Somebody
my head.
jumps at attention when Riker walks in, and then it's like, he's a dick after he leaves.
Yeah.
So true. It would be awesome. It would be really, really fun.
Just think of the shore leave episodes you could have.
I think the bigger problem here is cash.
Following the kids just out of the academy.
Yeah. I think the bigger problem here is cash. I think, it's what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. I don't think that CBS has the disposable capital.
Oh dear. We've started Grimmy again. The captain wants me to invent a drink for a mission. I have a 99% chance, but I blew it. Stowe on TV.
Stowe on television. DOF missions on television. And I have a 99% chance of completing it. Blew it.
But you blew it. You blew it. We gave you a chance.
Was he trying to create a Temerian sunrise? That one drink where
you tap the glass?
Flicks it and it...
Yeah.
That would be blowing it.
You could even do a series based on the crew members that have to go out and mine dilithium, just for the... Never mind.
No, that'd be fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. Wouldn't it? I'm sorry. That would be really funny.
A series... Never mind. I won't even go down this road again.
Dilithium miners.
Star Trek Packlids. We'll make you go.
We make you watch. We do TV.
Not a whole lot of
Which book series is it that has the character from the race from Darmok? Is it Titan? It's not Titan, is it?
Is there a Temerian on board?
Yeah.
No. Is there?
Yes.
There might be. There might be.
One of the book series has a Temerian.
And they still have issues with the translator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Our ratings have the suck. We are not strong.
All right, Matthew Anderson, you're about to go on a hunt for us here. But my husband brought in this week's Entertainment Weekly. Entertainment Weekly. And there's a fabulous article about Kate Mulgrew and her career and her new book called Born with Teeth, which I understand is getting fantastic reviews.
Did you say Born with Feet?
Teeth. Born with Teeth. Teeth.
Oh, teeth. Okay.
It makes nursing very difficult.
You Skyped just a little bit.
Oh, I did? Okay.
So it sounded like feet. I was like, wow, she's really going on a limb with this one. You go, Kate.
Oh, so a great, fun, short page article in Entertainment Weekly, but a nice write-up about her book that was released a couple of weeks ago called Born with Teeth. So, yay, Kate. And I'm loving to see that her character is still doing so well, you know what I mean, in Orange is the New Black, that such a departure, Kat. Not a lot of Trek items came out this week, although I have to say that the Star Trek ladies' fitness pants are out. I thought that
something non-Star Trek has been flying across the internet this week, and it needs to happen. That Golden Girls Lego set.
Oh, no shit. I saw that too. Wasn't that great?
Oh my God.
And the other thing we have to talk about, and we should, is the other non-Star Trek thing. What the fuck is Fox thinking with remaking Rocky Horror for television, no less? A TV fucking movie.
If you think about it, the original movie is tame compared to today's primetime television.
Which is why it was so funny, is because it was such a suck movie. That's what made that movie great. It wasn't because
Hold on. I will fight you.
No.
I will fight you physically.
Why did it become so popular?
Because it's awesome.
In its cheesiness and badness. Because of its...
What is this badness we speak of?
What?
What is this badness we speak of?
Oh my God. Come on.
They're supposed to be using the same script, so... but...
Well, it's a play.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is it was a Broadway play first.
Yeah,
and
Rocky Horror Show.
It was the Rocky Horror Show. It was in theater. It was a live production and always had been. And they decided to make a film out of it.
Look at how they did Dorothy. I'm sorry. Look at Dorothy's face. That's so unfair. So unfair.
Come on, it's exactly the way her character was.
Oh, I'm not saying that Beatrice Arthur wasn't just a total sex machine in that show. I'm just saying.
But yeah, it was a musical that was put into a film and then released in the 70s at a time when musicals were the bane of movies. You didn't put out a musical in the 70s and have it not suck. Xanadu, anybody?
Xanadu was 80, baby.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Grease?
And it didn't suck at ELO. I will fight you. Ooh, you just want to get in the octagon this week.
It was suck.
You just want to get in the octagon. Olivia Newton-John never looked better than she did in Xanadu. Okay, granted, the lead guy, he was a dick, and I never understood why anybody cast him in anything except the Warriors. He was good in the Warriors. Why? Because he didn't have to speak. That's why. He just had to sit there and look emo, which he did really well.
Well, I'm just saying musicals in the 70s were not the most popular. And so the movie bombed. It bombed big time. And it bombed because it was considered to be horrifically bad. I mean, it was so cheesy and so bad. And then what happened? It became a cult classic. They started to show it at midnight on Friday nights of all things at local theaters, little boutique theaters that needed people to come in. So they didn't mind having their screens completely destroyed every Friday night because it just became you threw shit. You threw shit at the screen. You don't throw shit at the screen for fabulous films. And that's what became Rocky Horror. Rocky Horror became the first audience participation movie ever. And that's why you went to go see the film. You went to go see the film because it was what you yelled back at the screen.
There's a light. Yeah. Everybody, over at the Frankenstein place.
See? And you dressed up and you went somewhere, but it wasn't because it was a fabulous film. Now, how are you supposed to recreate that magic with a fucking TV movie? Because what made Rocky Horror wasn't the fact that it was a great musical. The music is great. Don't get me wrong. The music is great. The musical is suck. It sucked.
What made Rocky Horror was Magenta's hotness.
Well, from what I understand, Fox is doing a series of live stage plays.
Oh, like NBC's been doing with Hook or with Peter Pan, and now what's the next one NBC is doing?
Yeah, these are supposed to be, I guess, live. Well,
they were too.
Yeah, they were too.
Oh, they were.
The Sound of Music they did live. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is supposed to be. It was supposed to be the same thing. It was supposed to be performed live, but they decided. For some reason, I don't know, they decided that they wanted to not do it live and just go with the film instead. So I don't know. It's just, oy.
No, well, that makes more sense as to how that came about.
Yeah,
then. Now,
I agree.
If they're gonna do it live like that, you have to do it in front of an audience with the audience participation. But the audience would have to be made well aware that they couldn't curse and do stuff. Yeah, now, the normal Rocky Horror audience wouldn't anyway, because that's not what it's about. It's about the fun. Oh, thank you, Matthew Anderson.
But that could have been why they decided to move it away from the live and into
possibly
film, because they didn't want to risk somebody, doing something inopportune at the.
Isn't it sad though that we've gotten to the point where you can have a plan to do something that would be that much fun, maybe for people that have no idea.
Again, which is why it's going to suck.
But let's face it, there's a lot of millennials that no clue about Rocky Horror.
And I'm worried that this is going to give them the wrong impression.
Well, you know what the thing is? I think Rocky Horror, the episode that Glee did, it was one of their highest rated. So that may have been the impetus for Fox to look at this, if you think about it.
I just think it's going to be a watered down.
Not if they're following the same script.
Sterilized It's going to be watered down, sterilized, and bubblegum.
How could it be watered down, really?
Because they're putting it on TV.
And again,
just like you said, you can't have an audience do what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but the movie didn't.
Because you can't, because they're going to censor the fuck out of it.
People would be throwing shit at their TV screens.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, see, but they've already done that. They've already played Rocky Horror on television, and it just doesn't, it's not the same. You can sit here, what?
Grim has never seen it. He has social issues, and he's always heard they call out the newbies. Grim, we gotta take you. We gotta take you.
It's a rite of passage.
Calling out the newbies is not like fucking Penn State hairless boy stuff.
It's absolute adoration. Welcome to the club. It's like your first coming out party.
Yeah, it's a group embrace.
It really is.
Grim, Grim, we've got to. All right, we all got to fly out and take Grimmy.
But who plays it anymore?
Oh, it still plays around here.
Screens to that.
It still plays around here.
College plays it periodically.
Seriously? That'd be fucking awesome.
But they do that once a year.
Oh, see, that's cool.
I think a lot of cities do it on Halloween, Terry, though.
Yeah, around Halloween is when they do it.
Yeah, that's cool. I would love to go again. We used to go to the one in Balboa in Newport Beach. It was fun.
Exactly. It's like first time going to a con and people find out and you get the welcome to the family thing. It's like that, except with drag queens.
Exactly. I mean, what was the worst? The worst, not even the worst. It was like the best ever de-virginization that we got was a couple of people. You had to take your pants off and run around in your tighty whities.
Like in the movie.
Yeah, it was cute. That was it.
I had to I had to dance.
I had to dance with Frank. We had to take off. We had to get off and we had to take off our shirts to show our bra. So that was it.
Yeah, yeah. I had to dance. I had to do a slow dance with Frank. Nice guy.
Aw, that's sweet.
Let me tell you, he was no little Mike. Oh.
He filled out the corset, eh?
He sure did.
It was a merry widow, if you know.
Now that I think back in time, that may have began my anyway. Grim says this is not a selling point. Grim, we would never let anything happen to you. You know that. We would protect the flannel.
The flannel.
The flannel.
You know what? He would totally make it with the flannel.
Flannel man bears his undies for no one.
Hey, what you could do is always put long johns underneath your
oh my god, whiteys. Flannel underwear? That'd be fucking awesome.
Flannel underwear underneath his tidy whiteys.
I love it.
I used to have flannel boxers for the winter.
Awesome. See, I was just a little bit disappointed with the idea of it, and I thought, well, I'm not optimistic. I would be pleasantly surprised, but I'm not optimistic.
You're such a pessimist. Don't make me the optimist of this show. God damn it. I'm not equipped for that.
Let's talk about the convention. Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Vegas.
Yes. You're coming to Vegas, right? Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show.
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent up here's wearing a vest.
Oh my god, you guys!
So the rumor was not true.
Which rumor?
That the TNG crew just wasn't going to be there.
That's exactly right. Very happy to hear that people have mended, or I should say, gotten over or have come to terms. I think that's probably the best thing. So Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis, and Michael Dorn have agreed, so they are going to be appearing. It looks like Jonathan Frakes will be speaking. But we don't know which day. It'll probably be Saturday. Marina Sirtis.
I hope he holds his own version of Nerd Court. Sorry,
that was awesome, wasn't it? Wasn't it awesome? Nerd Court crack.
I love Commander Holly. I am such a fan of Crab Cat, and Commander Holly was so good.
It was fun. It was very cute.
She is such a doll. She's one.
I don't care.
On Heroes
the best part of that was the best part of Nerd Court was the fucking judge. He's hilarious.
I love that guy.
He's
He
awesome.
is.
The way how excited he got when Frakes walked in. He's like, it's Frank, Jonathan Frakes.
It's Riker. Oh my God, too funny.
Speaking of which, Terry, you weren't
Yes.
here last week.
I was not.
Last Saturday, I went to the Great Philadelphia Comic Con.
Ah.
They didn't just have Jonathan Frakes. They didn't just have George Takei. They didn't just have Walter Koenig.
Mm-hmm.
They also had Nichelle Nichols.
Oh, nice.
It was big time, baby.
That's cool. That's cool.
Really fun con, too. There he is, being sworn in by the hottest bailiff. Rusty, eat your hearts out. I said hearts because I fucked it up. God damn it. I never even noticed those old moldy books on the thing.
Aren't those great? It looks like Jonathan Frakes is going to be... Says Jonathan Frakes will be in attendance 1.5 days of the convention, with Saturday being one of the days. He will be speaking on stage, which day is to be announced, signing autographs at a table in the vendor's room where tickets can be purchased both days, and doing photo ops both days. Marina Sirtis will be there at the time of the writing. It appears one of the days she'll be there is Saturday. She'll be there 1.5 days as well. And Michael Dorn will be there, same thing, 1.5 days. So he's also to appear on stage and doing solo photo ops for $40. Other people who were added, because it was a lot. Robert Picardo, he's been confirmed.
Mike, do you have a photo with Dorn yet?
I do not, but I don't usually. I'm not into the whole photo shoot thing. So
I was just asking, Mike.
You have an autograph? You do, don't you?
I do not.
Well, we'll fix that.
Yeah, we have to fix that.
All right. So Jeffrey Combs, we already know. There was a bunch of people added too. It wasn't just like I'm saying. It's just Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis and Michael Dorn. I was very excited about that. But that's great news. So they're up to 76 attendees now they always target for 100 guests, and they're doing pretty damn well. Don Marshall has announced he was Lieutenant Boma in the Galileo 7. David L. Ross played Lieutenant Galloway in TOS. Jennifer Hetrick, of course, played Vosh. Morgan Gendel, the writer of The Inner Light, who we met last year. Wonderful, sweet man.
Yes.
Elizabeth Dennehy, Commander Shelby. Woo! She'll be there.
Yay! But you know who's still missing?
Who? What?
STLV needs Cox.
Yes. Well, he's not going to be. He's going to be in Ireland again. He always does his big Ireland trip during this time. He does. And one of these days in the future, I'll be able to go. I want to go. I want to go to Ireland with Cox. Have you ever seen his stuff? Do you ever see what he does? He takes it's real small. I think it's like 12 or 13 people. And they go to Ireland for a week and a half. They travel around, but while they do kind of tours during the day of castles and stuff like that, at night, they always go to a local pub and jam Irish music. He's a musician. He's such a
cool guy.
He's such a cool guy. I would love to go that. I would just fucking flip out. It'd be awesome.
One of my favorite roles of his ever is Captain Taggart.
Yeah. Yeah. In
Beverly Hills Cop. When he's like, all right, let's just cut the shit. What do you know? You know, he goes from being the hard ass to just being the cop trying to figure out what's going on. It's a subtle transition, but it's really good.
Additional attendees at this year's Star Trek convention in Las Vegas are William Morgan Shepard. Most TNG fans would remember him as being Ira Graves in The Schizoid Man, but he did have an appearance in Star Trek 2009 as a Vulcan science minister.
He has, if you've heard his voice, you know who he is.
Exactly. Judson Scott, do you remember him? He played Joaquin in Wrath of Khan, essentially the protege to Khan.
Yeah.
Or was it his son?
Khan's
well,
followers.
That's still up for debate if he was his son or not.
Right.
Which I can't see how it would be because it was only supposed to be 15 years later.
That's true.
12
so
years
it's one of the
whatever.
followers. And then Evan English. We love Evan. Hi, Evan. Very nice guy. Played Ensign Tanner in Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we Enterprise X.
Is Scarlett Palmer's going to be there? I only asked because I was flipping through the channels the other day. Reba's now on TV Land, and I was like, oh, Scarlett Palmer's. She's hot. Now, not back then. That would have been gross.
I think she is. Is she?
Hot?
I don't know. Oh, that.
Terry, guess who I got to meet at the Philadelphia Comic-Con last week?
Who?
Well, you may not. Have you ever seen The Crow?
I know. Sorry, I was in a different place when that movie came out.
Well, the girl that was in it, she was 13 at the time, who played the girl that Brandon Lee. Anyway, I got to meet her, and she's so sweet, and just we were talking because she's actually part of a whole website and everything, and I wanted to get your take on this. Trying to get, because James O'Barr is part of the new Crow movie that's being made. James O'Barr, of course, being the guy that wrote The Crow. Right. And she feels personally betrayed. And she's part of a whole website and everything trying to get them to not make it because the people feel it's a total kick in the teeth to Brandon Lee.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Now she, I think, you know what? Here's my thought on it. She can feel however she wants. She saw him die on the set.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know what? She can feel however she wants, and I am not gonna rail about it or judge her on it because she was 13 and watched a man die.
Right.
But you know, thank you. If James O'Barr is behind it, and when I met him and talked to him, he's very excited about it because it's going to more closely follow the graphic novel. But I can see both sides to the argument because Brandon Lee I think he would have been huge had he lived after that movie came out. He was like, we've talked about the charisma of The Rock. That's what he had, and it didn't hurt his bloodline.
No. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I wasn't. Like I said, I was just in a different. When The Crow came out, my attentions were elsewhere.
That's when you were shooting up between your toes.
What year was it? 80.
90s. 94?
Was it that late? Yeah. See, Alan and I were.
That's when you were in your nudist phase, which Alan still has to get out of.
He runs around the house all naked and shit.
That's why Mike's quiet so often. He's covering his eyes. I love Alan. Those of us that know Alan all have this mental picture now. Want to see my beard?
Want to see my beard? All right, let's talk a little bit about he's cracking himself up. The Star Trek Online.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
So, I heard you guys kind of went off on a rant a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we got a letter.
Oh, and I'm assuming.
And thankfully, Magnum was here and agreed with me last week. But there is news for me on that. I did log in this week.
Yeah.
And the patch took 3 hours because it's been so long since I logged on.
I saw your tweet that it was like 13 gig or something like that. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
I went to play. Totally couldn't play. It was totally totally Skyping out on me. Every
it's
time
a big
I tried
game
to
now.
Yeah. And
you just upset the game.
I literally could not even fly. What's that?
I said you just upset the game.
The game's just getting back at you is apparently what he's
well, I mean, but I did try.
Yeah. Well, I have to say I've been having I don't know about you guys, but I know that you can't play, Nick, because it's just not compatible with your rig right now. But I've been loving it. I have to say I wasn't sure how the Delta Recruit stuff and I'm tickled by it. I really like it so much that I rolled 3 new tunes, one for each faction, because I kind of wanted to experience it through each faction. And I like kind of where the story is headed. I like the idea that the three main factions have come together enough in the future from your Delta recruits perspective to have said, hey, look, the only advantage we're ever going to get over the Iconians is the fact that we can travel through time and they can't. So let's use it to our advantage. Let's, and I'm wondering whether or not this is really the impetus for the temporal Cold War, because that would be fucking awesome.
So Stowe is written by Brannon and Braga.
No, it's written by, the gang and Christine. But
you know what I mean.
I do. But I like it. And I like the fact that you have something unique to do now when you start over with a new character. Everything seems a little bit fresher.
Yeah, I've got 6 stealth recruits so far.
Do you really? Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's awesome.
Some are new, some I've actually, because they're only up to sort of level 5, I've actually recreated them as Delta recruits, because even after the event, you can still get the rewards for playing through the content.
Right.
So
that's what really my goal is. I mean, I know I'm going to be gone for a few weeks, so I don't want to, feel like I have to do everything. But the fact is, when I come back, I'll still be able to play these characters through at least the main the basic rewards, and I love that. I think that's great, and I like the story. I like the fact that not every episode, but most episodes give you something additional to go look out, and then you want to hear from your temporal investigator. And
the issue is you've got to remember to go and find that thing.
Yeah, I've had to replay 2 missions twice. But you know what though? That wasn't so bad because it's XP.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll replay it. I had to replay the Ruapente mission in the Klingon arc because I forgot to go look for the Delta thing in the snow. I was so taken by I was so taken up by the story. I just like and I just tootled around. I got all the way back up to space and I thought, fuck, I had my little Delta. So I had to go replay it. But big deal. All it did was give me more XP, whatever. It was fine. So yeah, but you're right. You have to go remember to go do it. I enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying it. I like the fact that, this is the first Klingon I have rolled for 3 years. So most of that stuff's all new to me. The way that it flows is fabulous. I really like the way that that's going. And I actually rolled a Klingon, not an Orion and not a Farasin.
Right on.
Exactly. And yes, I rolled tax on all 3 because I'm comfortable with them. I'm still trying to get the hang of science officers.
Remember how long it took me to get Debmac?
Mm-hmm.
I was like a day from dumping him.
Yep. It.
And then I made the next level, and it was like the clouds parted, and there's a light
over at the Frankenstein place. Okay.
There's a light.
Well, I've got 2 engineers, both Calaxian, 1 male, 1 female, 1 Fed, 1 Klingon.
Cool.
Faction.
I saw them; they're very cool.
The Fed is actually level of like 53 or 54.
That's so amazing.
Already completed all of the Delta recruit stuff, and it's a lot of fun. The other one, the Klingon faction recruit, I've noticed that the stories are, a lot of the missions, the stories are different. So, except for obviously the shared episodes, so the featured episodes and whatnot, those I suspect are going to be very, very similar.
Yeah.
But everything else is quite different between the different factions. So there's definitely a reason to roll more than one.
Yep.
I'm level 58 plus on my Klingon faction, but I've only started the Cardassian missions, so I might actually be 60 by the time I finish the Breen series at the rate I'm going.
I think that, you'll probably get all the way to, to be honest with you, just because of the amount of XP it takes to get from 50 to 60. I think that you'll probably end up at least in one of the spheres, probably at least the Voth line, if not Delta, but
possibly. But
yeah,
I'm so on the Klingon side, leveling is so quick and easy. I mean, everything seems to pay off more, and then there's more dilithium rewards, and I don't know. It just seems like it's geared a little bit better for. Although I can't some of the missions, or not missions, but they were like some of the bonuses that you would get is like, destroy 10 turrets and you'd get a experience in dilithium bonus. I'm not finding those on that particular Klingon's character. So I don't know if they got rid of those or if I'm just not finding them, but
I was kind of under the impression that they tightened things up quite a bit. And even on the Fed side, now that I'm playing a new Federation character, I'm noticing that certain maps are no longer have these additional rooms, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's cool. It tightens this up a lot. Even the first one where you beam down into the lab where the Gorn have come in, right, and you're supposed to get your little handy dandy fire extinguisher. Yeah. That room or that map no longer has 2 of the rooms.
Yeah, I noticed that because I played that a few days ago.
Did you say it sucks?
No, I said I noticed that as well. Just like, I'm sure there's something else.
Yeah, I was like, am I missing something? And then I realized I went all the way back and I went, oh, that room's gone now. And, oh, that little room is gone now. And I thought, well, they tightened this up a little bit, and it made the accolade a lot easier to get to go around to put out all the fires.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
And, so there's definitely a better flow to the stories that I'm seeing come through. I'm having a great time playing the Klingon arcs. I really am. I didn't realize how much work they had done on the Klingon story. I mean, because I had gone back and done some of it piecemeal when they added the new Worf and Alexander stuff, I liked it, but it didn't make as much sense to me through the flow of the story as it does when you roll a new character into it. And I'm really enjoying myself. I'm having a great time. Good work, everybody. I like the Delta Recruit stuff. I'm going to be interested to see how those rewards will benefit us when you finally bring out the heralds. It'll be kind of neat to see. That's Oh, well done. Oh, look. Princess Leia's.
Right on.
So, I was going to bring up, there was today on StarTrek.com, Mike and I were looking at it, and I guess yesterday was National Pet Day. Yes. Yesterday was National Pet Day. So they did a little thing on Star Trek to discuss the pets of Star Trek. And I have to say, shame on the person who wrote the poll, because you spelled Sailot wrong. I'm going to write Star Trek, spell it right. All right. The poll was, if you had to own a Star Trek pet, which would you choose? And they gave you an option of Porthos, the beagle, Ichaya, the Sailot, Christina, the tarantula, Spot, the cat, Isis, the cat, a Tribble, or Neelix the cat. They're really into cats in Star Trek. What the fuck?
Because cats are awesome.
No. I'm not saying that they weren't. And I can understand why it's a lot easier to bring a cat onto a ship if they want to, because they shit in boxes. But
they forgot Picard's fish.
And that's what I'm like. What happened to Livingston? I was like, they missing. And by the way, who is Isis? The cat
from TOS. She's the Gary Seven.
The black one.
She's also a woman.
I was going to say that kind of doesn't count.
She certainly was.
So that doesn't count. That's not a pet. Uncool. You should put that. That should be Livingston right there.
Okay, we'll make a substitution.
Isis out, Livingston in. Who would you choose?
Spot.
Would you choose Spot?
Mm-hmm.
I would totally take Livingston.
I'm a dog guy, so I'm kind of tempted to go with Porthos, but
he's farty.
Just because they forgot Livingston, I'm going to go with Livingston.
Yeah, well, and the one thing with Porthos, man, is he's gassy.
He is gassy. Just don't give him cheese.
Just don't give him cheese.
He is a very cute, gassy little dog. I love Porthos. You know, I always, oh, that's cute. Nick is posting all these pictures in the chat room.
There's Isis as human.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, see, that to me, that doesn't count. It has to be a pet. Although Christina would be kind of fun. Yeah, and just in a terrarium.
If Isis can make a grilled cheese sandwich, I'm taking her.
Actually, Matthew, I would say no to Isis. Nick and Black Magnum probably wouldn't. So, announcements. Mikey.
I'm not home right now.
How are we doing on our contest, by the way? Did anybody ever try to figure out what my favorite scene in Absent Enemies was?
I've not seen any entries yet.
All right. Well, don't forget you can win a copy of Star Trek The Next Generation Takedown by John Jackson Miller if you merely tell us what my favorite scene in Star Trek Titan Absent Enemies by John Jackson Miller is. I have that available. Still up for grabs. We have other contests. The YIG&T is still going on, correct?
No, actually.
Oh, it isn't. We're done?
We're done.
Yay! We have to judge? Or are we done?
We have to sit down with Janet. She's got it all figured out. So.
Oh, okay, cool. I've been gone, everybody. This is what happens when I've been gone. So
we just have to do what she tells us. So, and then of course the convention season's ongoing right now. So if you can get a Star Trek celebrity to say that they never listened to the GNT show,
that's right.
You can win a cool prize or multiple prizes depending on
where
who
we're
you
at
get for us.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm in the lovely land of enchantment, so I've got nothing.
And he'll be here for the next few weeks, folks. We've got him captured and chained to the house. Yeah, but as a Klingon, kind of likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will be gone for the next, is it 3, Mikey? Yeah, because
you're not going to be here next week for sure.
Right.
And then 2 weeks after that, at least.
Right. And so Club 602, prepare yourselves, and anybody else who wants to come in and help cover.
That means I've got to figure.
I would love to hear Cushy one day. I would bring Cushy in and talk about,
Right on.
Cool.
Still waiting for you to finish that sentence.
I said shooty stuff.
Oh,
sorry. It wasn't what you had hoped. I apologize.
No, all I heard was and finished talking about, and then it ended.
Yeah. Oh. I whispered it, so my mic might not have picked it up. So. Oh, yeah, you can talk about Prime Directive. That'd be great for me when I'm not here to get all feisty and shit. Oh, well. So, Nick, any announcements from you? What are you up to in the next few weeks?
I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Yeah. Don't forget, May 2nd is Free Comic Book Day.
That is right. I'm going to be gone. I won't be here. So somebody pick me up a good comic book. I have a Black Orphan comic book for Nick.
Is there a comic book shop in Albuquerque now?
Huh? No. We have to find a new one.
That is so surprising to me.
I know. I'm pretty.
Is there one in Santa Fe?
Oh, there's a couple of different ones down in Albuquerque that I hear are good, but it's just they were further away.
Right.
It was already they were already 17 miles away before. Now we have to go 25. So
I
know. But
Jesus.
I know. No, an Orphan Black. Thank you very much. An Orphan Black comic book that I got from Loot Crate. So it's like
April
one of the
18th.
exclusive thingies. So you get that when you get here in August.
April 18th, season 3 begins. That you missed that last week, Terry. I finally finished season 2.
Oh, good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You haven't watched that either, have you?
No. I watch like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., dude, which has been amazing.
God. We haven't even...
I know.
Oh, my God.
I know.
The dude with no eyes, Gordon, is awesome.
Isn't
he? I love him.
He's like so polite. And hey, Kyle MacLachlan?
Yeah.
Way to play crazy, dude.
Yeah, he plays crazy really, really well.
And then Sky's mom. Oh.
Yeah.
Poor Sky. I want to give Sky a hug.
Aww.
How did people not know that Fitz and Simmons weren't talking code to each other? How did people not get that? Twitter was all like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing this. And I'm like, it's in the body language.
Really? I had to stay away from. See, I have to stay away because I don't want spoilers. I want to watch. So
yeah, people were like, "Oh, I can't believe she's gone over." Blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking, no, listen to what they're saying to each other and the body language as they're saying it. It's so obvious.
She was a spy before when Hydra was in charge, and she's doing it again. Except now she's spying on the other Shield.
Right.
And Bobby, I love you, but come on.
Well, I think that David Chappell and a couple of other people are right. This week, there came out a rumor that they are in the midst of creating yet another spinoff from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And that and there's a lot of speculation that it's Agents of S.W.O.R.D., which would, that would be very interesting and probably flow right into Civil War.
Now, I want to see if now that it's out, if somewhere along the line Daredevil gets mentioned.
They have to.
Oh, and by the way, Coulson's backup. Who else squeed when he showed up?
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I'm trying to think who it was.
Deathlock showed up?
When Deathlock showed up,
I was like, Deathlock! It was great.
He was like, you only called for one backup? That's all I need.
That's all I need.
It's just as soon as the ramp was grabbed, and it's just like, I know who that is now.
It was great. It was really, really great. I was very happy to see it because I love J. August Richards, who plays him.
Yeah, and I loved his version 2 outfit there.
Marvin, how is it about aliens? Well, considering that S.W.O.R.D. considers the Inhumans alien, you tell me.
Plus the Kree. Hello.
They are Kree. Well, they are Kree. The Kree created
No, I
them.
know, but Kree are in S.H.I.E.L.D. already, so...
Right. So it'll be...
And Asgard are considered aliens, so you've got the whole...
Yep. I think it's a natural fit. But you never know. You never know, because I didn't expect them to do Agent Carter. Huh?
You're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy crossing in.
I don't think that'll be for a few years yet.
That's true. That's the beauty of it. It's such a huge universe now. They can do anything, almost anything they want with it. And, they're
my hope is that Dawn of Justice, that DC... See, Marvel had a plan from the beginning, a decade plan. You know what I mean? DC can't rush it. They can... If they rush it, they're going to screw it up. Now... And the cinematic universe for DC, from what I understand, does not include Arrow, Flash, the Atom that's coming out, and all of those, which is a huge mistake. Huge.
No, I think they're doing okay. They're doing okay. DC's not hurting. No, they're doing okay.
Well, they are hurting after Man of Steel.
Well,
and by saying we're not going to have humor, they are really hurting themselves, because what is one thread that all the Marvel series, even Daredevil, as dark as it is, Foggy is hilarious. Am I right, Mike?
Who is that?
Foggy?
The partner?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yes, he is. He is funny. Especially when he's trying to pick up on the secretary.
And she's so adorable, just smiling at him. But when he laid the smackdown on his former girlfriend at the other law firm, it was a great moment because he had, his moment. But DC is making a huge mistake by not allowing the humor, by playing it fucking like renegades.
Ugh. Yep. See,
Superman needs humor.
Absolutely, and that's what Jimmy was for. Really, he was the comic relief.
And Lois.
And wasn't
too.
that also Robin's role in Batman?
To a degree, but really, Robin. Batman.
No, Batman.
Batman was never really over.
Dark.
Yeah, Batman was never really humorous. It was Superman was lighter. Even Wonder Woman had her light. She had her light moments as well. She's sarcastic. That's what I like about her.
Mm-hmm.
She's just this wonderfully sarcastic woman, and that's where the humor comes out. Is she just she's got that wonderful. She can roll her eyes at shit, and you laugh. Humans.
Now,
I love the humor of Hulk.
The humor from Batman comes when he's teamed with Superman in their back and forth. And I love how fans have just gone to town with the different ways that like Batman punks out Superman.
Yeah. I think DC, you have a point. They gotta
lighten up.
You have a point. I think you're probably right. Well, we'll see. I mean, Flash is light.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is the TV shows are, and Brandon Roush is fucking awesome as Adam. He has such charisma, both goofy charm and just his own innate charm. But by saying we're not going to have that in the films is the problem.
Yeah.
People want to also.
Didn't you laugh your ass off through Guardians of the Galaxy?
I had to see it twice in the theater because the first time I was laughing so hard and the audience was laughing so loud.
Yep.
That
you
it
missed. Yeah. You missed some of the jokes.
Even Avengers, which is a pretty heavy movie, had humor. Lots of humor.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, when Iron Man grabs Hawkeye by the scruff of the neck and says, "Clench up, Legolas," that's a fucking hilarious joke.
But DC, for some reason, thinks they need to be the anti-Marvel in their movies, and that's fine, except when you take the humor out, you're taking part of the superhero fun out of it.
I agree.
And they're trying to build off of what Nolan did. You can't. Nolan created his own thing.
And why? I mean, stop. Well, yeah. I'm with you on that one. I am totally with you on that one. Ooh, Mike is in the middle of barky heaven. Sorry, Mikey. Chloe found something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, big old bird.
But,
oh, well.
But yeah, you're right. Flash is such a great mixture of really some pretty heavy storyline, and then his teammate, the weekly naming of the villain, and then a couple of weeks ago, you're just mad you didn't get to name him. Did you see Mark Hamill on it, Terry?
No.
He was great.
Interesting. I did not. Okay, so that's a poll. Star Trek just emailed me. And they have a new TOS calendar for 2016. Oh, cool. Awesome.
Wow, already?
Yeah. It says we've really all just turned the calendar to 2015, but Universe Calendar's already fast forwarding to 2016, and they're going all out with 5 different 2016 Star Trek calendars set to be available this fall. Here's a breakdown. 2016 will showcase iconic moments. See, they're gearing up for the 50th. Iconic moments and lines from fan favorite episodes of the series that started it all. Episodes represented will be City on the Edge of Forever, Mirror Mirror, Balance of Terror, and Arena. So these are beautiful. And then the Star Trek Ships of the Line 2016.
Sorry,
then
I'm just so happy
daily calendar. Oh, they have a daily calendar now. That's cool.
I am so happy Balance of Terror is one of them that they chose.
Yeah, me too. And then the executive engagement calendar will be coming out too. Oh, they're beautiful. And then a wall calendar. Oh, they're really pretty.
And I saw that you like Janice's checkbook.
I did. I love Janice's checkbook. I think it's really cool. Well, I'm glad that we got one more product that was announced today. So there's the calendar.
Look at us.
I literally just got the email from StarTrek.com. So it's
breaking news on the G&T show.
Breaking
it's
news.
Not even on their homepage yet.
Coming out in 2016.
This is Al Qaeda reminding you order your 2016 calendars. Now back to you, Soupy Drek.
Woo! All right. That's it for the show, guys. It was weird and it was fun and it was great to talk to you again. I missed you while I was gone, and
now she's leaving again.
And I'll kind of miss you while I'm gone in the next couple of weeks. But to be honest with you, I hope to be just plugged out and writing and floating on hopefully calm seas over the Atlantic.
If any of you haven't noticed, Terry is now the Howard Stern of this show with her schedule. She's got to go to her place in the Hamptons.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I would totally probably do someplace.
Podcasting, Terry. I invented it.
Yeah, right. Cool.
What? Chuckles the Clown is dead? Grim.
A little song, a little dance.
Oh, I just got an email.
Oh?
Francisco Franco is still dead.
Germany. I love it. That is funny. I got that joke, and if you didn't get that joke, watch about 20 years of Saturday Night Live. All right, you guys. I think it's time to call it a show. And Mike, any other announcements that you may have remembered before the last time I asked?
Nope.
Awesome. Thank you, Stevie, for recording and making sure that we don't lose this episode.
That's okay.
And thank you for staying quiet.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
I love you guys, and we will see you. You guys will pick up for me while I'm gone. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And I'll see you in May. Until then, live long and prosper.
One final thing, Terry.
What?
Did you see Scott Pearson's post of who the kid met?
No.
She had a selfie with Hardwick.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Thank you, Matthew Anderson.
So happy.
All right. Until next week or next month or whenever, live long and prosper.
Kapla.
Bye.
Joe Lantro.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Andrew Allen, Grethor, and 5 Year Mission. This has been a Busy Little Beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my old man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or codes.